So my name is Kara Carroll, and I am currently a board member of Fort Worth HR, and I am here with Tammy Vanderleest to talk to her a little bit about her perspective in career services at UNT. So Tammy, would you like to maybe tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Thank you so much for doing this with me. And I have been with UNT for almost 4 years now, but I've been in higher education for almost 14 and retired from the military. So started off doing recruiting, and now I work on the employer development side.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. And we have some questions we'll go through just to kind of get your perspective of what you're seeing in your field. So how has COVID changed your outreach strategy with students and employers?
Absolutely. And it has definitely changed both sides. um, I definitely want to thank, all of the companies who have just been, who've really done a fantastic job of, creating different Zoom events, all these, virtual events, because for somebody like me who, the bulk of my job is to go out and talk to companies and bring them to the campus for events. So when all of a sudden that doesn't exist anymore in person, it's been really great that that so many of these companies are, in groups like you, that, it still enables me to do my job in the virtual realm. So really, from that standpoint, it's instead of doing the face-to-face events, everything is done virtual. But I would say one of the things that has been a benefit has been the fact that, sometimes, maybe companies didn't necessarily have the budget to travel to Texas, but they're definitely more willing to jump on a Zoom event, or if they're participating in a Zoom event, that it has given me the opportunity to engage them, I think, a lot easier, to, like I said, start creating that relationship with UNT. And now it becomes that idea that just because they're located, maybe on the East Coast or West Coast, they can still hire our students, because, we have students that are from those locations, maybe looking to go back, or maybe a Texas student looking to, for a new adventure once they graduate. So definitely, from the employer side, it's been a little bit different. And from the student side, we went from the bulk of our activities, we held on-campus fairs, as well as all of the, discussions with their career coaches and whatnot. So all of that has been moved online. This fall, we're still looking to host all of our major fairs virtually. We did that in the spring as well. I've started holding some smaller networking events with companies, just to make, keep everybody still engaged. But so, that's been a big adjustment, I think, for the students, because this is not something that they've ever experienced before. And so really kind of, getting them used to the idea that it's part of life and part of just having to persevere. And you do have to have a new strategy, and but we'll all get through it and come out, on the other side. So.
Awesome. Yes. And that's great to hear that the outreach has actually probably broadened versus narrowed because of the, like you said, the virtual engagement that maybe you might not have otherwise had. So that's great for students to be able to open some of those doors as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So our next question is, what are you hearing from employers with regards to their hiring new grads and interns?
Yeah, it's been both sides of the coin. I'm finding that there are some industries that have really struggled, and we have students that it was hard for them because they had internships that were rescinded, job offers that have been rescinded. But especially when you look at, say, the hospitality industry, I know they've had a very, very hard time. The airline industry. So students who were counting on those jobs or internships, they had to change direction pretty quickly. But then there's other sides where, you know, I hear from the IT side, a lot of the sales, interestingly enough, like car sales, furniture sales, Home Depot, you know, some of these companies, they have just been, you know, hiring like gangbusters. They, you know, their business has been impacted from the other side of it, that they, you know, they've just had tremendous business. So, you know, it again, it just kind of goes to, students are going to have to learn this is part of life. You have to persevere. That maybe you had the hospitality degree, that starting off you may not necessarily start in that field, but you still have transferable skills that you might wind up in something else for a while, that you can then gravitate back to hospitality once things, you know, level out. But so, you know, like I said, it's sort of been interesting to see both sides of it. That but it kind of seems like there are sides that are really decimated, but then there's others that it's the exact opposite. So
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
All right. So the last question is, what are 3 things career services provides that can help students in their job search?
Absolutely. So our career coaches are just fantastic. You know, as soon as all of this hit, you know, they moved us off campus very quickly, and so everybody, you know, we all had our laptops, and instead of what we did from the office, we're now doing from home. And our career coaches were just fantastic in, instead of doing the face-to-face appointments with their students, you know, to go over resumes or to do the mock interviewing. They immediately started doing those in a virtual setting, whether it be via Zoom or on the phone. So that, you know, we really didn't miss a beat on that. And then, you know, our whole team has done a fantastic job of creating content to help the students. So that way they have, you know, additional resources. And so I would say, what, you know, the second thing is really our website. We've done a fantastic job. We were in the process of updating the website. So now, like I said, there's a lot of very helpful videos. All of the, you know, all of our events are now posted, you know, on the website, as well as, you know, any of the outreach that I'm doing with companies, that's posted to our website. So, you know, they are definitely staying engaged with the jobs that we have. And then I'll say for my team specifically, the employer team, you know, although we're not doing our big fairs on campus, we're still doing them virtually. So keeping the students, you know, still looking forward to starting their careers, and finding internships for them. So Handshake has been a tremendous asset in that aspect, that we've been able to, you know, like I said, just sort of continue on. It's in a different manner, but we really haven't stopped doing business at all. So
Okay, awesome. Yeah. And is career services, is that open to alumni as well?
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, we have a career coach who specializes in all of our graduate students and our alumni students. We have a very robust alumni office. They do a number of events around the Metroplex. But yes, it's open to current students and all alumni.
Okay, great. Well, that is all my questions for today. And I just want to thank you for your time and expertise as well, Tammy. And I think this will hopefully help a lot of students engage with their career services. Perhaps they don't know about it, but it is a great resource. It is a free resource, and they definitely should take advantage of it, whether they are a current student or an alumni.
Absolutely. And we're looking forward to seeing all of them.
Awesome. Seeing them virtually or otherwise.
Exactly.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Kara.